How we doing, folks? It's Joe Value here for Cold Beer Sports on Sunday night with no selection for tomorrow. But I do have 107 to 1 anti-post bet that's going to click. So, I'm sure that'll keep you happy. But before then, we just um, touch on today. Yeah, no joy today with my two selections. My mate Mossy, possibly a bit unlucky, the mistake at the last probably definitely cost him. It seemed as if he had quickened away from his rivals and pretty much had the race in the bag. It's unfortunate that he such a good jumper. He just got in a bit tight at the last and kind of just stumbled and lost a little bit of momentum and all this kind of crack. And Mullins outsider came and chinned him on the line. Uh, what can you do? It's a kind of a messy old race, wasn't it? It was stop start and there was no real. It looked as if Mark Walsh was going to go on with it early on and make it a good test, but he slowed it right up down the back, and my mate Mussy got very free, and you'd say things worked against him. I'd love to see connections just dropping him in completely. My mate Mussy, drop him in fifth or sixth, and take your chances from there, and hopefully pounce late instead of being pounced on late. So he was kind of a sitting duck there. When he did kick clear, in fairness, it looked over, and if he had jumped the last well, he would have won. So the tactics would have worked today, but just moving forward, maybe in a stronger grade one, you'd have to say that if he's going to try and make the running all the time, he's just going to be a sitting duck for them real top horses. So maybe connections might have a little think there, and next time they'll just be the stalker instead of being stalked. So my first selection, that's Life by ran well. I thought she had a chance turning in, but wasn't good enough. Finished a very admirable third, but the front two were just a bit too good for her on the day. Moving on then to tomorrow, as I say, no selection on my YouTube channel tomorrow. I did have a really strong look at the cards, but there's nothing there for me. Nothing there for the YouTube channel for me. And, instead I said I'd try and make use of the anti-post markets at Cheltenham. So here goes. Now, look, I know people might come on and say, oh, sure, Cheltenham's so far away. Anti-post is dangerous and all this. It is dangerous, but I'm going to suggest this bet for a tenner. And, if it clicks, it's €1,080. And the reason I really like this bet, anti-post, is because the three horses that I'm going to suggest, they're all definitely going for these races. There's no other race in mind. And so you're basically hoping that everything goes well between now and Cheltenham and get there in one piece, and massive chance then of collecting the big one. So here we go. Supreme Novice Hurdle. Have to start off with Jonbon. So impressive. The other day at Newbury, definitely don't know whether he justified his price tag now of 570,000, but he just looked. I know it was a bit of a farce of a race early on. There went no gallop and all this kind of crack, but Jesus, Aidan Coleman took the bull by the horns, and he just quickened away so easily against some good horses, And I thought he was ultra impressive, and there was a bit of a worry. He was sweating freely before the race, but Coleman said after the race that he is a free sweater anyway, but his temperament is beautiful. He has a great temperament, and I think that will stand him in good stead. A lot of young horses obviously running the Supreme and all that, and sometimes the occasion can get to them, but seemingly this lad's mental makeup is fine. It's very strong, actually. He's a very kind horse and quiet horse, and just he has so much ability, lads. It's unreal. And also, I think that Kilcrush, who's kind of disputing favouritism with him now at the moment, it's highly likely he'll go for the Supreme. But there is a chance that if he's not too impressive in his maiden hurdle or the run after that, they might say, do you know what, we might go for the Ballymore, because Tony Mullins did say one time that you won't see the best of Kilcrush until he gets 2.5 mile on good ground. So, is he an out and out 2 miler? We don't know, do we? And I know sometimes that race is won by stayers or horses that go on to be stayers. But still, no, I just Jonbon really excited me now the other day, and I just thought, whatever beats this lad in Supreme will probably win it. So I'm going to chance him. He's 3-1. We'll stick him in for the first selection. Then we move on to the Ryanair chase and Allaho. How can you oppose him? And the run that he put in there last year was absolutely awesome, I thought. And there's only one race he's going to go for, whereas you have plenty of others high up in the market here who, different engagements. They have different engagements that they could possibly go to. All in all, I don't care what turns up over 2.5 mile here. If Allaho puts up the same performance as last year, he wins. Simple as that. Fakir Duderies was very good in the Clonmel chase, and he's probably going to be his likeliest danger. But your man put him away big time last year, and I just can't oppose Allaho, so I'm going to put him in there at the selection for the Ryanair. My second selection at 7-2, and my third and final selection, a horse I saw winning today, and I was hugely impressed again. It's called Fil Dor for the Triumph Hurdle. There's a bit of 5 or 6-1 around there. We'll say 5-1. We'll go in the middle. There's 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. We'll go 5-1 in the middle there. And I just thought for a young horse, he showed a great attitude. He really stuck his head down, and they needed a jump at the last, and there was no problem. There's always a sign that he had plenty more to give. And although Russell gave him 1 or 2 tears to get him there, he was always comfortable. Then after that, he was standing right down on the rail, and you could see in Davy's body language that when he was always getting there, there was no mad panic, and he got there handy-ish in the end against a good horse, Lunar Power. I have to say, he surprised me today, and look how far clear the pull, clear the third. And as well as that, this Fil Dor, stamina seems his forte. He wouldn't be a lightning quick horse, and you don't want a lightning quick horse in a Triumph young horses like this. You want a lad that'll keep galloping hard. Like the Quilix there last year. Same kind of thing as a Grinder. Won the same race. The two of them won the same race up and down Royal. Obviously before going on to Triumph Hurdle Glory. So whatever, as the same thing, like whatever beats this lad, you'd have to say will probably win the Triumph, and hopefully nothing does. So there's my 3 there. Obviously closer to the time, I might suggest more anti-post bets, but I really like that bet now. Tomorrow I'll definitely go in and do that bet tomorrow myself, so don't take my price if you don't mind. Don't go too mad early on. So just to recap, Jonbon in the Supreme Novice Hurdle, he's better than 3-1 in places. He's a good bit of 7-2 still around, but I'm going worst price and kind of mid-range price, because everyone's not the availability for the best prices are not there for everyone, so I'll go for the worst price with each of them. Allaho then 7-2 in the Ryanair, and Fil Dor 5-1 shot there in the Triumph Hurdle. Tenor Treble pays 1,080 brick, so you never know. Things a long way to go, but if they all get there safe and sound, massive chance, you'd say. I'll be back tomorrow evening, I'd say, around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, something like that, with hopefully a few winners for Tuesday. Hopefully there'll be better opportunities than there was tomorrow. Okay, so all the best. Thanks for listening. It's Joe Value for Cold Beer Sports. Take care and have the lovely Sunday evening. Good luck. Bye-bye.